Hi, my name is Ira Monco. I'm a sales engineer specialist at UiPath, and in this series, we're going to be talking about process mining, more specifically, how it works. In order for us to begin process mining, the first step is to read data related to your process. In this video, we'll talk about how to load data into process mining. You define how you're going to load data into process mining by creating a new app, selecting the template for the process that you're going to mine. When you get to the data source page, there are three methods to loading data into process mining. The first is to use sample data. This is our hello world. This will allow you to get a process mining application up and running quickly so that you can see how it performs. The second method is to upload a flat file. It can either be a tab separated or a comma separated file. To better understand what that file looks like, you can go to the table documentation. Here, you simply look for the app template that you intend to use and click on the input fields. In this example, we're looking at our template one single file. So we have a single event log. You'll notice the three mandatory fields and then some optional fields, which will better help us understand the process. If this isn't sufficient, we can also define custom fields. You can simply drag your files here or navigate to it. The system will recognize the encoding, the delimiter, and what the quotes are, but you could also update it yourself. The final method is to upload using our data extractor. This means you've collected the files locally and are now ready to push them up to the server. When loading data using the extractor, there are two different tools for exporting the data from your source system: CData Sync and Theobald Extract. Theobald Extract is used for SAP. Everything else will use CData. Let's take a look at what the architecture and flow looks like when using either CData or Theobald Extract. We pull data from the source system. In this case, we're talking CData. When it's extracted, we push it to a SQL server on-premise, and then we perform the transformation of that data using dbt and a text editor such as VS Code. When we're satisfied and we're ready to load it, we'll push it up to the process mining installation. We do this by pushing it into an Azure Blob storage. There are a few steps to the transformation process. First, define the input, the raw data from the source system. Second, define the entities relevant to the process. And finally, define the events that happen for those entities. If you're using event log, tag, or due dates, you can also define your event logs in which we combine events for different entities and define business logic, which helps us enrich data with standardized concepts. For example, tags and due dates. dbt is a command line tool that we use to build the transformation, which will be run against SQL Server. There are two types of project files: models, which contain all of the SQL, and a project file, which is all of our configuration. Each model contains a single select query statement that either transforms the raw data into a meaningful data set or is an intermediate step in such a transformation. And the dbt profile files allow us to define configurations. Some best practices when developing your dbt files: we recommend using version control, having a style guide, implementing reference functions, limiting your references to raw data, implementing common table expressions, and finally, test your models. With our data source input defined, we can simply now click ingest data and publish app. In just a few moments, process mining will create the app and prepare our data for ingestion. We can watch the status through the front end. You're also able to view the log to see exactly what steps are happening. Once the ingestion is completed, we should see a success, and now we can go into our process mining application. Thank you. For more information, visit uipath.com/process-mining.